Hello everybody and welcome back to Robert's Reviews. Today is Friday and you all know what that means. That means I do a bunch of new releases. I recently been posting them on Facebook in terms of what I plan to do the following day. So like last night I posted the 3 that I plan to do today. So today I plan to do this one and I plan to do Old as well as Joe Bell. So if you're interested in that, make sure you drop a like or subscribe and come back later to watch those when I release those later on today. But this morning, the first thing I had access to was The Last Letter from Your Lover. The Last Letter from Your Lover was released in 2021, and it was written by Nick Payne and Esta Spalding, and directed by Augustine Frizzell. And this is a drama romance, and I would also call it a young adult. It's not quite coming of age. I think they're a little bit older than actual teenagers. They're probably in their mid-20s. The main characters are supposed to be probably, maybe even early 30s. But I still call it a young adult because it has that feeling of like growing up, even though they're already grown up. And I'm a sucker for young adult anything. I love young adult books, as you can see by like most of the books that I've read this year. I don't know, this one, well, I think was okay. It definitely, by far, is not my favorite young adult movie. And it is based off of a book by the same name. I just have not read it, and I don't plan to read it. I think the movie was enough for me. And it's not even that the movie was bad, it just wasn't quite good. Like, I think this movie is going to be pretty easily forgettable because it's not bad enough to remember and it's not good enough to remember. I think it's in that solid midway point where like you're watching like, oh, that wasn't bad, and then you move on with your day. Like that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. I just finished watching it like literally 10 minutes ago, and I don't know. I think it's fine, and no spoilers, of course. We don't have any spoilers here, but the general idea is that it's about this person who works at this newspaper called The Chronicle, and she is looking for these letters because she found one about these old lovers, and she's trying to figure out where they are now and trying to get them back together and meet and see if they ever like actually completed the story. And it's interesting. It's intriguing enough that like it's a cool premise, if not maybe a little overused. I don't think this is definitely an original movie, but the themes are very overused. Like, you know, you gotta take your chances when you can, or else you're not gonna ever achieve what you want to do. And it's a general rule, I guess, for young adult movies that like you have to have a romance, or you have to have 2 romances, or you have to have the unlikely couple. And there definitely is, but it didn't feel like that in your face, especially towards like the middle end of the movie. Like it felt like it definitely got better, but in the beginning it was like throwing love at you, and like this movie, if anything, is very predictable. Like from the very beginning of the film, you're like, I know exactly what's gonna happen this entire film, and I have not seen any of it yet. And I don't think that predictable movies have to be bad. I think I might make a video about that in the future, just talking about predictability in films and whether or not that is good or bad. Maybe I will do that. But I think that in general, this movie is predictable, but not bad. It's definitely not like astoundingly great, but it's definitely not garbage. Like I'd watch it again probably. And I think a lot of that has to do with the cast as well. I mean, we have Shailene Woodley. I'm not really gonna go deep and dive into the casts, mainly because editing has gotten a lot more difficult ever since I had it on my phone. My editor does not like that I'm filming on my phone, so it's difficult to insert pictures, so I'm gonna probably try to wane away from using pictures for the actors. But we have Shailene Woodley here, and I don't know, I think she's always been a little overrated, like just at least a little bit, because she was in The Fault in Our Stars, and she was great. Don't get me wrong, Fault in Our Stars was beautiful. You can check out my review for that on the channel. It's a great film, and I think that Shailene Woodley was really, really good in it. But she kind of got famous off of that. Like she had done a couple things, and like you know, she was fairly popular. She was definitely a known name. But then Fault in Our Stars happened, and that made her like super hit. And that's okay. I get it. I get why. It was a fantastic movie. She did a fantastic job. No dish on that. But here, I think she's just kind of okay. I don't think she's extraordinary. I don't think she's bad. I think it's an okay casting choice. Maybe casting somebody a little bit older might have been nice, but somebody who at least looked older. But I don't know. I feel like she didn't do anything spectacular, out of the ordinary. We did what we thought she was going to do, and that's fine. That's great. And I think her partnered with Callum Turner here was really good. I think that he was really, really solid. I think he did a better performance than Shailene Woodley, but together was really good. Like, when they were together on screen, that was great. It was excellent. But when either of them were by themselves, it's kind of like, Shailene Woodley was definitely less of a favorite character for me than Callum Turner here. And I don't know, I mean, I don't want to compare it to The Fault in Our Stars, but it feels very similar in terms of the tone, and, actors. And I feel like maybe Shailene Woodley should try something different, maybe try some horror, something to get her out of this, like, neck brace she's got herself in with the young adult films. Because once you're in a young adult films, teenagers love you. It's just how it works. I'm sure Shailene Woodley was like 90% of teenagers from 14 to 17's first, like, crush. And that's fine. I get it. I get that. I get that that's how it works in Hollywood. You do a film, people love you in that, they want you to do more of that. That's fine. I get it. But, like, I think Shailene Woodley should try to break out of that mold, because I think that she could be good. I truly think that the issue with Shailene Woodley right now is that she is stuck and she is bored. You can tell she didn't really care a whole lot in this film, and it kind of sucked. Just knowing that. And I guess I don't really know that because I don't know her personally, but, like, you can watch it and you kind of see that she's kind of like, all right, let's get this over with. And the rest of the cast is also, like, fine. I think the main character that I personally enjoyed, there's like 4 main characters. The one that I think was the best was Felicity Jones, who plays the reporter who's looking for the letters. I think she was fantastic. I really, really enjoyed her on screen here. I don't know. I feel like she might have been a little bit too old for the part. But that's okay. She appeared young, which is nice. But I think she still might be a little bit too old. But I think that in general, she did a pretty good job playing her role there. And as an ensemble cast, it's fine. And then the bad guy, the husband of Shailene Woodley, was just kind of like, ugh, like, why is he so mean? I hate people who are just mean for no reason. I don't like that at all. And I don't know. I think that overall, it's just kind of okay. It's a fine movie. Definitely check it out if you want. It's on Netflix. It is a Netflix original. And I don't know. I think it's fine. I would probably watch it again, but it's definitely not, like, top tier in my opinion. And so I'm going to go ahead and give The Last Letter from Your Lover a B. Let me know in the comments below if you have seen the film. Let me know what you guys thought of it. Am I right? Am I wrong? I want to know. I like to hear you guys' response. I'd love to communicate with you guys in the comments. So that's one of my favorite parts of YouTube. But yeah, looking forward to the rest of the day. I'm watching Joe Bell first. I'm not sure if I'll get that review up before I go to see Old. The theater has weird times today to go see them, and I have to stream later tonight on Monsters and Munchkins on Twitch or YouTube. So if you want to see that, I'll be live playing Dungeons and Dragons with my friends. But my review for Old will come out later tonight, like probably around like 10 or 11. But my review for Joe Bell should come out before that. I don't know when before that, but before that, theoretically. So definitely subscribe if you're interested in that. Subscribe if you want to see me dress up like Spider-Man and go to Walmart, because I am looking forward to that. Once we hit 150, I'm going to go do that. I'm a little nervous about it, but it'll be a lot of fun. So if you're interested in seeing that, definitely hit that subscribe button and share it with your friends, of course. And as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.